Hello guys, welcome back, and today we are gonna do poles and zeros of a transfer function. So in previous lecture we have seen that the transfer function is given as g of s is equals to cs upon rs. This was the formula for the transfer function. Now if suppose this transfer function is given as gs is equals to s minus 1 and s plus 2. For example, let's take this example, and now if this s turns out to be 1, then it will be 0 upon 3, so g of s will be 0. So the value at s is equals to 1 gives makes the transfer function equal to 0. So this is called as the zeros, or the zero of the transfer function. Keep this in mind. And now let's see what is the pole. Now let's take the similar example, but this time we will substitute s is equals to minus 2. So what happens if we substitute s is equals to minus 2 in this equation? S is equals to minus 2, so minus 3 and 0. So anything by 0 gives us infinity. So at s is equals to minus 2, the transfer function becomes infinity. So this point is called as the pole. This is the pole at which the transfer function becomes infinity, and this point is the 0 at which the transfer function becomes 0. This is the concept of poles and zeros. Now how to plot this? For plotting, the x-axis will be sigma, and it will contain all the real values of the poles and zeros. All the real values of the poles and zeros will come under this sigma, and the y-axis will be j omega, and it will contain all the imaginary values that we will get for the poles and zeros. Now if the answer is positive, if the answer is positive, it will be plotted here, this side, on the right hand side of the origin. So let me write a positive, and real will be plotted this side. So to the left of origin it will be negative and real. And see, here it is j omega, so you have to always keep in mind that in y-axis there will be imaginary value that will be plotted. So here positive imaginary values will be plotted, and here negative imaginary values will be plotted. Now in this case we have got s is equals to 0. Now poles are denoted by x, our poles are denoted by x, and zeros are denoted by a 0, or you can call it a o in the graph. So poles are denoted by x, zeros are plotted by 0. So here s is equals to 1, so s is equals to 1 is a 0, so it will come, and it is a real number, so it will come to the right hand side of the origin, and the symbol we have written o, or you can call it a 0, and here we are gonna mark it 1. And the pole is again a real number, but it is negative, so it will come to the left of origin, and let's mark it by the symbol of the pole, and we will write here as minus 2. If you haven't understood this, now next, if you haven't understood this, you will understand it now when we are gonna solve a sum. So in this sum it is given that the transfer function of a system is 3s minus 1 upon s square plus 3s plus 2, and we have to find the poles and zeros. So to find the zeros, always you have to equate the numerator equal to 0, because we want the value of s at which g of s turns to be 0. So let's write 3. Okay, first let's write the transfer function which is given. It is 3s minus 1 upon s square plus 3s plus 2. Now to find the 0, let's equate the numerator equal to 1. So it will be 3s minus 1 equal to 0, and s is equals to 1 by 3, or the point at which the transfer function becomes 0. so this will be the 0. And now to find the pole you have to equate the denominator, s square plus 3s plus 2. So let's solve it. S square plus 2s plus s plus 2s s plus, this is the simple mathematics that we have already learned in the lower classes. And then therefore s will be equal to -1 and s will be equal to -2. These are the values at which the transfer function becomes infinity, or we call it as the poles. Okay, now how you are gonna plot this. So for plotting, like I have already told you, this will be sigma, this will be j omega, and here the 0 is at 1/3, which is a real number. So we are gonna plot it on the right side of the origin and mark it as a 0 and 1/3, and the poles, both poles are negative and real numbers, so it will come to the left side of origin, and we are gonna mark it as -1 here as a cross and -2 here. So see, for this question hardly it will come for 3 to 4 marks, and it is so easy to get those marks. It's nothing that nothing extra skill you require for this. It's simple mathematics and the plotting. Once the concept is understood, you can do it easily. These poles and zeros are very scoring and very easy. Now let's solve another sum. The poles of a system, here they have already given the poles and the zeros, so we have to find the transfer function and we have to plot these poles and zeros. So the pole is given at s is equals to -2 and s is equals to -3. So let's write the transfer function. Poles are at the denominator, so here at s is equals to -2 is given, so in the denominator it will be s plus 2, and here s is equals to -3 is given, so here it will be s plus 3. Similarly 0 is at s is equals to -4, so it will be at s plus 4. This is the transfer function of the given question. It was quite simple, or else if you want you may expand it. S plus 4, s square plus 5s plus 3 2s are 6. This is the required transfer function. Now what else? We have to plot the poles and zeros. Now like the previous sum, in the same way we are going to plot it. Here sigma, here j omega. The poles are at s is equals to -2 and s is equals to -3, so origin and left of origin, so it will be -2 and here it will be -3, and the 0 is at s is equals to -4. So for 0 I will extend it. Even 0 is at s is equals to -4, so it will be somewhere here and denoted as an O. So we have completed this sum as well. The poles and zeros are very useful in finding the stability of the transfer function, which we are gonna learn in the later videos. So till then, bye, and if you have any doubt you can write in the comment section.